The movie begins with a quiet but uneasy moment as a talented sorcerer named Newt Scamander prepares for a journey that will change everything. Sitting calmly before boarding a ship, he gently warns whatever is inside his mysterious briefcase to behave. Even before reaching his destination, it's clear this case is no ordinary luggage. Hours later, Newt arrives in 1920s New York, a city loud, suspicious, and dangerously hostile to magic. At immigration, his nervousness almost exposes him, especially when the briefcase lock starts to twitch on its own. With quick thinking and subtle magic, Newt hides the truth, slips past the authorities, and steps into a city completely unprepared for what he's brought with him. Outside, Newt is drawn to a strange woman preaching in public about witches living among humans. Instead of fear, he's fascinated that someone without magic seems to know the truth. In the crowd, fate collides when Newt bumps into Tina Goldstein, a demoted officer of the American wizarding government, and Jacob Kowalski, an ordinary baker desperate for a loan to start his dream bakery. As chaos brews, one of Newt's magical creatures escapes his case, leading him straight into a bank filled with unsuspecting humans. This single mistake sets off a chain reaction that entangles all their lives in ways none of them can escape. Inside the bank, the mischievous Niffler causes havoc, stealing shiny objects and drawing attention everywhere it goes. Newt desperately tries to contain the damage, while Jacob accidentally ends up holding a magical egg he doesn't understand. Moments later, Jacob witnesses Newt use magic for the first time, shattering his entire understanding of reality. Before questions can be answered, guards storm the vault, and Newt is forced to freeze a man in place, rescue the creature, and teleport himself and Jacob out. In one terrifying instant, Jacob's normal life is ripped apart, replaced with a world of wands, spells, and secrets. Overwhelmed and terrified, Jacob runs off with the wrong suitcase, unknowingly carrying dozens of magical creatures inside. Tina soon arrests Newt for violating wizarding law, but even she doesn't realize how badly things have already gone wrong. Meanwhile, something far more dangerous is stirring beneath the city. Buildings collapse under the force of an invisible, violent presence. At the center of the investigation is Percival Graves, a powerful wizard obsessed with finding what he believes is an obscurial, one of the darkest magical forces known to exist. At the wizarding headquarters, Tina tries to warn her superiors about Newt's creatures, but she's brushed aside and reminded of her demotion. Graves orders Newt's suitcase open, only to find it full of pastries, revealing the horrifying truth. The real case is missing. Back at Jacob's apartment, the suitcase bursts open, releasing magical creatures that tear through the building. Tina realizes she's now responsible for a disaster that could expose the entire magical world. As panic spreads, Newt races to fix his mistake before it's too late. Newt repairs the damage and recaptures some of his creatures, but not all. Tina finds Jacob injured and demands answers, forcing Newt to reveal just how many beasts are still loose. Though Jacob should have his memory erased, Tina hesitates, needing him as proof that Newt isn't the real threat. She takes both men to her apartment, where they meet her cheerful, mind-reading sister Queenie. Despite strict laws forbidding relationships between magical and non-magical people, Queenie instantly bonds with Jacob, creating a warm but fragile connection that shouldn't exist. Later that night, Newt reveals the true wonder hidden inside his briefcase, a vast magical sanctuary where creatures live safely. Jacob steps inside and is completely stunned by what he sees. Newt explains he rescues misunderstood beasts from abuse and extinction. Among them is a terrifying dark parasite called an obscurus, separated from its host but still dangerous. Newt's mission becomes clear: recover the escaped creatures before they're harmed and before the wizarding authorities decide to destroy them all. And quick reminder, don't forget to subscribe to Great Animation Recaps, because it helps us grow together and bring you more epic fantasy movie stories just like this. As Newt and Jacob hunt the remaining creatures, the city grows more unstable. Meanwhile, a troubled young man named Credence lives under the cruel control of his adopted mother, Mary, the same woman preaching against witches. Credence secretly meets Graves, who manipulates him with promises of belonging and power. Graves convinces him that somewhere nearby is a magical child, and Credence might be the key to finding them. Unseen rage builds inside Credence, something dark and uncontrollable waiting to be unleashed. Newt and Jacob recapture another creature after a wild chase through a jewelry store, barely escaping arrest again. In Central Park, they face the final escaped beast, a massive magical rhino that nearly kills Jacob before Newt saves him. Just as things seem under control, Tina traps them inside the suitcase and drags them before the Wizarding Council. At the same time, the invisible force attacks a public gathering and brutally kills Senator Shaw, throwing both the magical and non-magical worlds into panic. Newt is accused of causing the murder, but he insists none of his creatures are responsible. He identifies the true culprit as an obscurus, stunning the council. They refuse to believe him and order his arrest along with Tina and Jacob. Locked in a cell, Newt explains the terrifying truth. An obscurus forms when magical children suppress their powers, turning that pain into a living weapon. Even worse, none are known to survive past childhood, except this one. Graves interrogates Newt and reveals the obscurus he secretly confiscated. He accuses Newt of lying and sentences him and Tina to death. As they're moments from execution, Queenie senses her sister's fear and storms the headquarters. Using her abilities, she rescues Jacob, steals the suitcase back, and helps Newt escape. Chaos erupts as magical creatures fight back, and Newt saves Tina from a brutal execution meant to dissolve her body completely. As they flee, Credence's suffering reaches its breaking point. Mary's cruelty pushes him too far, and the Obscurus erupts from within, killing her and tearing through the city with unstoppable force. Graves arrives too late and cruelly discards Credence once he realizes he's not the magical child he wanted. Broken and betrayed, Credence unleashes his full power, revealing himself as the obscurial Graves has been hunting all along. From a rooftop, Newt watches in horror as Credence transforms into the most powerful Obscurus he's ever seen. Believing he can still save the host, Newt risks everything and charges toward the destruction. Tina follows, confronting Graves while Newt enters the collapsing tunnels beneath the city. Above ground, humans witness magic openly for the first time, threatening total exposure of the wizarding world. Inside the tunnels, Newt reaches Credence and speaks gently, promising help and understanding. Graves attacks, trying to reclaim control, but Credence rejects him completely. The Obscurus explodes upward, shattering the city skyline. The Wizarding Council orders Credence destroyed, fearing the damage he could cause. As spells rain down, Credence vanishes, his fate uncertain, leaving devastation and silence behind. Graves reveals his true nature, attacking the council when they try to restrain him. Newt and Tina expose his disguise, revealing him as the dark wizard Grindelwald, one of the most dangerous figures in magical history. Grindelwald is captured, but he warns that this is only the beginning. His arrest sends shockwaves through both worlds, signaling a far greater conflict yet to come. With magic now exposed to millions, the council fears the end of secrecy. Newt releases a powerful creature whose venom, carried through enchanted rain, erases the memories of non-magical citizens across the city. Buildings are repaired, destruction undone, and New York returns to normal as if nothing ever happened. Order is restored, but at a heartbreaking cost. Jacob is told his memories must also be erased. Despite pleas from Newt, Tina, and Queenie, the law allows no exceptions. As enchanted rain falls, Jacob forgets everything: the magic, the danger, and the woman he loves. Newt quietly disappears from his life, leaving behind only a faint feeling of loss Jacob can't explain. The next day, Newt secretly switches suitcases with Jacob, leaving him valuable silver shells. Jacob unknowingly uses them to finally secure a loan and open his bakery. Tina regains her position, and Newt prepares to return home, promising to send her a copy of the book he's writing, one that will one day change how wizards see magical creatures forever. Time passes, and Jacob's bakery becomes a success. One quiet day, Queenie walks in to buy pastries. Jacob doesn't remember her, but the connection is still there, unspoken and undeniable. They lock eyes, and something magical stirs once again, hinting that some bonds are too strong to be erased completely. The story closes on a world that barely remembers how close it came to destruction, while unseen forces continue moving in the shadows. Magical creatures remain hidden, powerful wizards rise, and the consequences of Grindelwald's escape begin to echo far beyond New York. Everything that happened was only the opening chapter of a much darker and larger conflict brewing beneath the surface of the wizarding world. If you enjoyed this epic fantasy movie recap, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Great Animation Recaps, and turn on the notification bell so you're the first to catch our next magical adventure. Drop a comment below telling us which creature amazed you the most, and keep watching for more powerful cinematic movie recaps coming your way.